course, back in those days, the blacksmith and the horseshoe were still the same person. You had a lot of that going on. This was the horse barn, housing all the draft horses, all the work horses from Biltmore down here. Whereas the stable at the Biltmore house, that was all the riding horses for the Vanderbilt family.
It's kind of bending over here on this side of the anvil.
Sorry, what?
I was just letting you know the flower petal design was bending a bit from it not being supported, but you got it now.
Yeah, I see. It was kind of hanging over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to thin it out. We're gonna heat up a section at a time and just get this hammered out a little bit. It's pretty close. All these petals are not too far away from being the finished thickness.
And it's not that far away from being the finished product either.
Yeah, we're pretty close to the real fun part. I'm going to roll this up to make the rose. So we're going to bend it at a 90-degree angle and just start coiling it. So you can see how that's about 16 or 17 petal rose right there. So you can see how it's going to just roll right around itself to make that flower formation. If you folks have any questions at all, please feel free to let me know. I'm happy to answer them for you.
This is my second time over here in terms of watching him do this. It's my first time over here in general, but my camera battery died when I first tried filming this, so this is sort of the second attempt.
Hopefully we get the whole process here. We're getting close.
Well, I have a motto. I film till the battery dies, pretty much.
A lot of times I try to look for projects that allow me to recycle steel from the estate. And I guess one thing that I'm kind of referring to is horseshoes. We have a lot of horses up at the Deer Park here on Biltmore. And so this is an example of a draft horse. We got some Belgians up there that are pulling carriage rides that are well over 2,000 pounds, those boys are. But with that horseshoe, this one's already been worn out. So when the farrier takes it off, I usually try to go get a bunch of the used horseshoes when he leaves, and I'll turn them into making little knives out of them sometimes like this. This is the right side of a horseshoe, just half of it. Or two horseshoes make a neat little door hinge you can make. So the simple stuff to repurpose that steel. You know, as a blacksmith these days, we don't shoe horses anymore, but we do oftentimes make stuff out of horseshoes. You know, for many years, back when this shop first opened, the blacksmith pretty much did everything involving iron and steel, no matter what it was. Shoeing horses, fixing plows, you know, everything. So by the 1930s, you began to see the horseshoer and the blacksmith begin to split into two separate trades. The farrier was born out of that. So think of a lot of trades kind of really came from the blacksmith. As we saw the decline of the blacksmiths by the 1950s and 60s, you know, not many shops still open in small towns across America, but welders and fabricators and machinists, all the trades that kind of came out of this, you could say.
Of course, the one thing that makes this shop unique is when it closed, it was pretty much like it was pretty much shut down with everything exactly as it was.
Yeah. Yeah, that allows us to really, you know, have that, because finding these original tools is getting pretty challenging, as you all probably know. You don't find anvils like that for sale too often. It's getting hard to track it down.
Heck, it's pretty much like a steam locomotive. You can't really find one still in good enough condition to use for a parts source either.
Yeah. This is right here is the center petal of the rose, so I got to give it a quick 90-degree bend. I got to position everything to start the coiling process.
what part of the envelope you're going to be using to bend the roses on? Because I have my camera trained on the main part.
Yeah, we're going to kind of use this is called the table right here. We're going to use this little corner, this little 90-degree corner of the table is where I'm going to do most of the movement.
You know, I have a YouTube channel, so you'll probably find this whole thing on YouTube, just letting you know.
I was going to ask you, I wondered if you did.
The channel name is Railroad Preserver 2000.
Okay. All right, man. You'll have to send me a link or something.
I'll try. Of course, then again, I don't think you could be able to do one while you're working here, because otherwise you'd have the camera as part of the forge.
I'll get a GoPro on my helmet, you know, or something.
Oh, yeah, that actually would work. You'd have to have a hard hat though, but it would work.
Alright, so getting this first, second pedal to roll it's important to get this extremely hot. As you think about how much movement needs to happen here on this steel, it's got to be a tight wrap right there. That first and second pedal really kind of set the stage for the entire rose. You can only do as much movement as that color allows for, and so I don't want to force it. I'm going to use just multiple heats here. Alright. So to get each pedal right where it needs to be, once I start getting a couple tightly wrapped, I'm going to take a pair of pliers and just kind of peel out each pedal. Hopefully that gives the rose kind of a bloomed appearance here at the end.
You're making the pedals bloom out.
And now it's starting to open up a little bit. And this can be heated as many times as it needs to in the fire. So sometimes I'll, put it in there. Even days from now, I'll have some small adjustments I want to do to the piece of steel. Give me a little trouble there.
I have 3 of them, so I've gotten triple the power.
If folks have any questions, please let me know.
You might want to tell them about that thing there, the splurge, or whatever the heck it is, or something like that. I don't know.
A rose right now, guys. So we're just getting close to the finished project. And so the rose I'm just getting the flower coiled up right now. One petal at a time, just rolling it up into a circle. It's one solid piece of steel, but this is kind of an old method of making a rose where we can take that one solid rod and just cut and roll.
Yeah, I have the camera trained to where it's in the center of the rose, and the center is glowing orange right now.
Nice. I bet the colors look pretty neat there.
I know.
I always love the way it kind of goes from that bright yellow. We see it fade down to the oranges and the reds, and you get all these different colors as you see a piece of steel go from near 2,000 degrees back down to 600, 700, 800 degrees.
Yeah, I'm zooming the camera out slowly so that way it'll keep focused in on the rose.
so I can get this thing to finish out strong. Got more to get done.
Luckily for me, this camera has enough battery life to where it'll actually continue to work now.
Good. We'll get the whole thing captured here. Getting close.
Yeah, I've heard of where people make knives out of railroad spikes. I've actually seen them. Not when they're being made, but I've seen how they look afterwards.
Yeah, I've seen some videos on YouTube and stuff. Where are you visiting from, bud?
Georgia, Madison County.
Okay.
My grandmother's from, I think, Athens, Clark County. I could be wrong on that, though.
We got a Madison County just about 20 minutes north of here. I
Wow.
live right on the edge of Madison and Buncombe County. Buncombe is what Asheville's in.
Have you ever had anyone ask you if they could have one of those if you had any extras made?
The roses?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's even able to be done.
Oh yeah, let me see what I can do, but I might
Well, I mean, I wasn't wanting one, but I mean,
be able to help you out here. Let me see what I can do. I gotta see how it turns out here, how many I got made up today. See if I got enough for the gift shop, you know?
yeah.
This is looking pretty good. At least I like the looks of it.
Yeah, I like it. And hey, and since everyone isn't exactly the same after it's made, that's what makes them unique.
That's right.
It's the little details that make something extremely unique. Even if it's a copy, there's going to always be that one little detail that makes it stand out.
I agree.
And to be honest, I like that because you can see that in stonework, blown glass, and steel making, pretty much.
Fine details, you know. You're exactly right.
Yes.
You're talking my language right there. I like that.
I'm glad there's someone who understands me.
Yeah. I'm understanding you, man. All right, let's get a couple more. That's what makes it fun. You know that you've never made one quite like this before.
Yes.
When you do it, you think, well, it's one of a kind.
And I can see
For better or for worse.
Yeah, and I can see what you're doing. You're hammering it from the bottom, so that way the outer side pebbles will flare out.
That's right, but yeah. I'm just trying to get that flare, and then now we've got, with all the petals rolled, that color unfortunately won't stay too long, but I wish it would stay there forever. It'd be kind of fun to have that little dull red glow on the rose. Looks like I'm going to give it one more heat at least, because there's a couple petals that didn't quite
Turn out really well.
out yet. Yeah, they're not quite rolled out. But we're getting the finishing touches on a rose right now. Those of you just joining in here.
And
This
so-
rose started out as a piece of 3/8 round about 40 minutes ago. I put this in the fire right there, about 10 inches of that. I flattened and I notched it 16 times. We got about 16 petals are rolling up around the center. Trying to make one of these rose hooks like you see there.
The total time in terms of making this, from what I can tell, is about 37 minutes.
Good to know. Actually, I'm glad you said that, because I've been wondering. I've been saying 35 minutes for a while, but I wasn't really sure.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure it depends on how fast the piece is being made. So I'm pretty sure it wouldn't exactly be 37 minutes each time, because it's going to
Yeah.
probably vary from time to time, because the camera just hit 38 minutes.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I see that's pretty standard.
If I ever come back up here, I can probably film it again to see if just and compare it if I wanted to.
Let's see if I got any quicker at it, you know?
Well, you don't have to set a speed record, because sometimes the reason the steel is made into something good is because it's made at varying paces, and plus, if it's made at your own pace, that's what makes it unique. Because you can give the steel your own touch, in a sense, your own creative touch.
Oh, yeah. It's like you give two blacksmiths a rod of steel and say make a rose. You know you're going to have two very different roses be made. Every blacksmith has that own way they strike the steel with the hammer that makes it a little bit different.
Just like this one, it's unique. It looks different from the one you have as an example and as a reference material tool. So in terms of the time it would take for that to cool down by air, how long would it usually take so where you can actually handle it?
I figure about 40 minutes or so. Like if we just sit this on the tractor seat for about 40 minutes, this piece can probably be picked up by that point. You know, because when this color fades, we know there's still 600-700 degrees on the piece of steel, but that should just about do it from what I'm seeing on top there. See how it looks from above. Give it one more cleaning with the wire brush to remove any loose slag. Scale, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm looking at the rose through my camera lens, and it really is. It really does look a lot different from the one you were making. Not that it's a bad thing.
Yeah, so there it is, pretty well finished up, guys. There's not much more I can do to that piece right now. Now, what's nice about working steel is, I can look at this tomorrow and put it right back in the fire. If the pedal's not quite where I want it to be, we can just reheat and readjust. And so that can be put in the fire as many times as you need it to, even weeks later. I've done before where something, actually I was fixing a piece today. I probably made this hook a month ago, and some of the pedals weren't quite right, so just kind of heated back up this morning and put a little corrective touch to it. See, that pedal only had like 12 or 13 pedals, it looks like. I try to shoot for, this is my favorite ones, they're about 16 to 17, so that's what I'm trying to get, a rose about that size each time.
You know, if you wanted to, you could probably make it so that you can make each of them's hooks different to where they look a bit older or whatnot.
Is that thunder out there?
Yeah. Well,
might get a little something. I don't know though. It's hard to tell. Sometimes it passes over top of it.
Sounds like it's passing from behind. Well, at least I'm in a dry place, so that's good.
Yeah, that's right.
The total time now currently is about 41 minutes, even though the rose has been done for about probably 39, 40 minutes or so.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I always figure about an hour and a half I always tell people for the finished piece, because that hook doesn't take a whole lot longer to do, but then to get it all finished up, that's going to be wire brush to give it that silvery color. Take it from gray to silver. That's the wire brush and it cleans that and gives it that shine. Same thing on this horseshoe knife I make. That's just been buffed and then sharpened a little bit to give it that little silvery color.
Now my question is, when you make the knives, do you actually sharpen them with the grinding stone then?
I don't normally. That stone is not, let's say, it looks good, but it's not a great stone to actually use. So
oh yeah, because it's
around to the naked eye, when we start laying a blade on it, it's got a little bit of a wobble to it. So.
Oh yeah, because one side of the blade was used for the sharpening, and it just wore the stone down.
I think you're right, but yeah, sometimes those stones need some maintenance over the years. Kind of dress them up.
You'd probably have to sand it down so it's even on both sides in order to continue using it. But then if you kept doing that, you'd have a stone about the size of that pulley there, and then about the size of those electrical circuits there.
Yeah, eventually you don't got much left.
Yeah, you'd probably just have to hinge it sat on pretty much. I think, as far as I know, I think grist mill stones are like that. If you're ever in Georgia, I recommend going to see the Nora Grain Mill. They actually still use a water-powered mill.
Oh, cool.
And they still use the grist mill stones, and they even have the original ones on the band as a backup.
Nice.
They only run on Saturdays and Sundays, though, and I was there, they weren't running.
Okay. I'd be fun to see that in action for sure.
I know, I was hoping to see it running, because...
Is there a stream that goes through or something? Or
they actually dammed up the creek that it goes by.
Okay.
And it actually, yeah.
Nice. Get a little more water. I'm just all thirsty today.
Hey, better than being dehydrated, right? Right, so the video is now 43 minutes in length.
Right. I'm gonna work on a little something different now. I'm gonna switch gears. I've been practicing making leaves recently, and so I'm gonna try to make a little leaf today. I'm gonna try to do at least one a day and kind of slowly, ease into the project.
Now, in terms of how much time you say it goes from on here, how long do you say it takes for the leaf?
I don't know, maybe 25 minutes probably.
All right. Well, I'm still recording.
start, it may not be quite that pointed, something like that. It's almost like making a nail. I'm going to start with that.
Pretty much a large nail, pretty much.
We're going to get that square taper. Yeah, get that square point going there.
Ah.
Right, so what I'm going to try to make is like a leaf keychain, I think you'd call it. So once we get that pointed, the next step is to do what's called fullering. We got a fuller, meaning kind of like put a little crease in it.
In other words, pretty much pound one side of it.
Yeah, we're going to set it up here. I'm going to take this hammer, kind of, it's like a matching face to that right there. We're going to put that little groove into it. See you, ladies. Have a good day. Folks have any questions at all while I'm working, please feel free to let me know. I'm happy to answer them for you. This blacksmith shop, those of you that haven't been here before, this is the original smithy shop going back 115 years ago. We know in 1902 this barn was constructed as the main horse barn for the estate. And so this blacksmith shop was here to service any repairs to the hand tools, horse-drawn, farm equipment. Of course, in those days, a blacksmith was also the same person for shoeing horses. And so you had a big part of the job taking care of, there were 16 horse stalls in the middle of this barn. So they were forging out big draft horse shoes like this, and they'd cross-tie the horse right in this doorway. You can see it still has the old original rings. They would cross-tie on right here, across this way. And then shoe that horse and keep this farm moving forward. All right, guys, so now kind of work this around a little bit. Give that one more heat and get that a little bit deeper. I was trying to kind of separate that little knob from the main rod there so we can make this little hunk of steel will become a leaf then right there.
And it pretty much looks almost like a sphere almost. It's like an iron arrowhead almost.
Definitely, I know it. You'll wait till you see it here in a moment. We'll start flattening that little knob out and it really turns into a little spear really quick.
It's pretty much an iron arrowhead, pretty much.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to use a table for it, or the main spot on the anvil?
We're going to use the main top face there for most of this work.
All right.
We're going to use that fuller tool one more time. I'm going to get this a little bit deeper. This is the cross-peen hammer that kind of allows me to get down in there.
Just don't hit it too hard to the point where it breaks off.
That's right. You always got to be cautious of what color that steel is.
Yeah.
Alright, that looks pretty good. How long does it take to make something, you said?
I've been filming him making a rose from start to finish